Hey guys, my name is Harry and today I'm going to be sharing a video about a floor rolling mobility sequence routine that you can do on a lower intensity day to really loosen up yourself and keep your joints moving. So for the first exercise here is the hollow rolls. You're just basically going to have your hands together tied and you're just going to roll back and forth to really loosen up the back muscles. So you can do that for around 30 to 60 seconds. And for the next exercise here is going to be a pendulum rows. So you're basically going to keep with your foot bend and the other leg is going to be straight and try to touch the floor behind you. So it's going to look like this. So for the next exercise here is going to be roll backs, and what you want to do is basically throw your legs next to your head. So it's going to look like this. And then you're going to repeat on the other side. Try to get your toes touching the floor. And back the other way. Oops. That sometimes will happen. Here. And you're going to return. For the next exercise we got is the body fold. So basically, you're going to roll back, right? You're going to open up your legs and try to get your toes touching the floor. And for the next exercise here is going to be a hollow roll pike plus pancake. So you're going to roll back, right, just go there, right, with your knees directly above your head. And on the next one, you're going to try to open your legs and roll back. So you're going to alternate between this, right, and the other one, which will be here. Ooh. And then finally, you're going to be doing some hollow rolls into your hamstring stretch. So you're going to hollow roll, right, then into basically pike. And you're going to go back again, right, keep it a pretty dynamic. And of course, you can change this into a pancake, right? See the pancake, and then back into a hamstring stretch, and then back into a pancake. One more time, hamstring stretch. Finally, and for the next exercise here is the hollow roll to double leg stand. So what you want to do, right? You just roll back, right, and then stand up. You're gonna roll back again, right? Then our heels basically as close to your butt as possible, and then standing back up, right? Here, as close as possible, standing up, right? And then when you're going down, I don't want you to just fall into it. I want you to squat into it and then roll back. And again, come up, down, one more time. And now for the progression to that is the hollow roll to single leg stand. So you're going to do basically the same thing, right? Roll back, but now you're basically going to only stand up with single leg squat into it, and then back up. Ooh. Again, squat into it, get back up. One more time. I can do the other leg as well, so it'll be my right leg. And then for the next exercise here is going to be the 4 rows. So what you want to do is basically tuck your head, right? And then you're going to allow your body to basically roll over. So it's going to look like this, right? You're basically going to do a little bit of a jump into it, right? So then you're not actually loading your neck. You're almost loading, like, the back, right? Basically almost like start of the thoracic spine, which is around here, like your mid back, and they're going to roll through it. So you're not actually loading the neck. So I'm going to show you again, right? You're going to basically jump into it, right? And you're going to come up, yeah? Same thing again. So the next exercise here will be a diagonal roll. So what you want to do is basically, instead of you rolling down along your spine, you're going to actually throw your shoulder into it, which will be easier. So here, right, I'm going to throw my shoulder, right? And you're going to just roll like that. And then the other way. And again, one more time on the other side. And then one more time on the left. So you're really wanting to basically have contact, right, with the outside arm, and then it's going to roll laterally on the side, right, and then you're going to come back up. Learning how to fall and roll is so important for sports because that actually will help you reduce your injury risk, especially when you have awkward landings, right? When you might be tackled underneath, right? You might have an unexpected awkward landing from someone pushing you in midair, and being able to learn how to slide and roll on the floor instead of you sticking the landing at times will be so much more beneficial instead of you just trying to stick it. And that's how some ACL injuries happen, ankle sprains happen. And what you actually can do best in that scenario is just slide on the floor, right? Or maybe even roll on it to reduce your injury risk. And for the next exercise here, it's going to be backwards row. This is probably the hardest one for most people, and it definitely is for me. So what you want to do is basically you're going to squat down and sit back. And from here, you're just basically going to try to use the momentum and get yourself up. So here, just up like that, yeah? You're not actually going to be directly loading onto the middle of the head down. You're actually going to be more on the side, right, when you're actually backwards rolling. So after you do one end where I just now went through the left side, now I'm going to roll on the right side. So here. So on the right side, you can tell that I was not as confident or comfortable in it. So I'm just going to demonstrate both sides one more time. So here, backwards roll. You see this side was much, much easier. And then the other way. Like that, yeah? So there's going to be one side that you might not be as confident or comfortable with. And for the next exercise you can do is the sideways hollow roll. So basically what you want to do, right, is that your feet and hands do not touch the floor. So I just adjusted the camera for you guys to see clearer. So your hands and feet do not touch the floor. So it's going to look like this, and then you're basically going to try and roll to the sides, right, and use that momentum. It's almost like a taco, yeah? And then now you're going to be doing it on the other side as well. You're going to try and roll, right, without your hands and your feet touching the floor at any point during this exercise. So I'm going to roll back here, right, again, same thing. Really trying to use that momentum to roll sideways. And you're going to roll. And then the other way. And to top everything off that we've done today, we're going to do some 90-90 reaches. So basically you're going to sit up in the 90-degree position here and on the back foot. And now you're just going to basically reach your arm as far back as possible, right? And then you're going to basically try to rotate to this way. Reach again, really loading into the external rotation of the left hip. And then back this way. Now onto the internal rotators of this hip. One more time. And now you can do it the other side as well. Same exact thing. Like trying to reach and slide as far as you can. And you're going to try and rotate yourself as much as possible. You can use the floor if you want, right? This will actually be much more effective in really getting into those internal rotators. Reach again. And back out. So that is basically the whole rolling mobility sequence that you can do on the low intensity day. I really like this to do with athletes just because it's not really using weights, right? You're basically staying away from weights and on your sport, right? Doing something new and challenging that they've probably never done much of. And this is just really, really good for your spine, your coordination, and your mobility. I really, really hope this helped. And if you enjoyed watching this video and would like to watch more content like these, make sure to drop a follow.